I welcome you, Dr. Saman Patil, and welcome you all guests. And today we will be talking about road to recovery on cover page cover story. As another week has gone by, but there is no sign of improvement. And what we were thinking, it is a matter of weeks or months, but it is now we know it is a long haul. Even as a doctor, when in my career of more than 20 years, I was witnessing many epidemics like fever, bronchiolitis, and flu. And we have seen there is a little change of weather and everything gets settled. And these epidemics last for a month or so. So initially, I was thinking in that same phase, it is going to last like that. And even last month in month of March, we were feeling we are now getting rid of this coronavirus, and we people have remove our guards and we become little complacent and little casual, and then it comes again like a wildfire. And in last cover page cover story, we have a very eminent speaker with us, Dr. Preeta Joshi, and we talked about what is the change in this second wave of coronavirus, and we have thrown some insight how to deal with this second wave of the coronavirus when young people were dying without comorbidity even. Continuing with our same effort, we would today discuss about the path to recovery, and we are in a storm. That is true. This is very true. We are in a storm, but that is also true. Every storm runs out of energy, and there will be there. Every storms come one day, and there will be sunshine. So, meanwhile, we get that sunshine. We have to sort it out this storm. And we have a very eminent speaker, Dr. Saman Patil, with us, and I will discuss the current situation with him and how we can help it out to all of us and to our people. Dr. Saman, uh, like this is a storm and our system is overwhelmed. We do not have beds in the hospital. There is paucity of beds and paucity of oxygen. How in this situation, how can we buy the time, or how can we take care how can one take care of the sick family at home? What should they do?
Yes. First of all, good evening to everyone from Pune. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yes, you're right, sir. We are going through a very bad phase of disease at this moment, and we are really kind of overwhelmed with the situations. And obviously, the scenario is changing every day. It is worsening as well as there are some respite in some situations, but obviously at the moment the more important and the most critical phase people are looking at is the availability of the bed and the hospitals and the oxygen bed or the medical help. uh, Given this enormous stage of the disease, it is not possible obviously for everyone to get admitted. So we have our criterias of admission into the hospital, but by the time, as you said, till you look for a bed and till you think that you would need a bed, what can you do at home? So most important thing I feel is at this moment is not to panic first and foremost. The importantly, we should start looking at our own self and isolate ourselves first and start looking at our breathing pattern, how we breathe. Are we struggling to breathe? The important Another important aspect of that everybody has highlighted the use is the pulse oximeter that tells you about the oxygen saturation that you have. So generally speaking, the oxygen saturations that we say is around 92% and above is acceptable. And till the time there are situations where the oxygen saturations are dropping below 92% regularly, then you need to think about urgency going into the hospital. But how can we avoid it? The best way is gentle breathing exercises like pranayam, how everybody knows about. I will talk to that in the slides as well. Then prone positioning. Prone positioning is another very effective way of improving the oxygenation into your lungs and making sure that you remain calm, you have adequate hydration, your nutrition is adequate, you are isolated from the rest of the family, and you have a room where you have an attached toilet and bathroom, so that there is minimal exposure to other the members of the family. And we need to wait till the time if there is any concern regarding your saturations. So we will talk about it in the presentation in the slides as well. So do you, sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you have very rightly said. Pulse oximetry is very important at this that moment of hour, and especially मैं parents को बताना चाहूँगा जो ये pulse oximeter हैं, these kind of pulse oximeters are available for home use. बट इसके अंदर अगर बच्चे की उंगली, अगर बच्चे क्योंकि जनरली ऐसे उंगली करते रहते हैं तो इट विल गिव फॉल्स रीडिंग and you can't. I have a crush call even yesterday also. My child is having saturation of 77. All of a sudden उन्होंने लगाया और पैनिक बटन हिट हो गया एंड दे थॉट उसकी सैचुरेशन फॉल हो गई, कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई है. So and I ask her to calm down and again use it and make comfortable your child. और उसके लिए क्या करते हैं, हम बच्चे को डिसेंसिटाइज करते हैं. पहले पेरेंट्स से कहते हैं कि आप खुद अपने हाथ में लगाइए और कोई दूसरा साथ में तो उसके हाथ में लगाइए, जिससे बच्चे को उसके बारे में डर खत्म हो जाए. And if you have two pulse oximeter, you give one pulse oximeter to child and one pulse oximeter to the put on the finger of the child, so that he will enjoy the pulse oximeter in his hand like this, and you can observe his pulse oximetry nicely and rightly. और ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा 77% अब रह गई और थोड़ी देर बाद 95 हो गई. If you have 77% of SpO2, then it is going to be 77 or 80 or 78. It is not going to be normal all of a sudden. इसका मतलब क्या है कि उसका लंग, जिस भी आदमी की ऑक्सीजन कम हो गई, उसका लंग कंप्रोमाइज हो गया, उसका लंग नॉर्मल नहीं रहा, जो ऑक्सीजन को जिस तरह से हम नॉर्मल आदमी का लंग कैच करता है वो नहीं कर रहा है. तो आप पल्स ऑक्सीमेट्री को जुडिशियली यूज करें और अपना पैनिक बटन एकदम से नहीं दबाएं, एकदम नहीं घबराएं और पल्स ऑक्सीमेट्री को अच्छे से इंटरप्रेट करें. हम जो बच्चों के डॉक्टर हैं, डॉक्टर पाटिल हैं, मैं हूं, जो हम अपने हॉस्पिटल में पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर करते हैं यूज, उसमें मेजिमो टेक्नोलॉजी होती है जो कि आर्टिफैक्ट से हाथ हिलाने से कोई खास फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. एंड वो कमर्शियल पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर्स हैं जो 24-24 घंटे की रीडिंग को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. बट दीज आर काम चलाऊ पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर, सो यू कैन नॉट रिलाई टोटली ऑन दैट. और साथ में इसकी बैटरी पे भी ध्यान रखें और इसके ऊपर एकदम से रिएक्ट ना करें. पहले जितने छोटे बच्चे हैं उनको कंफर्टेबल करें, तभी उनका जो है पल्स ऑक्सीमेट्री करें, क्योंकि बच्चे हर स्ट्रेंजर चीज से डरते हैं या उसको खिलौना समझते हैं. सो दिस यू हैव टू टेक केयर एंड बिफोर यू आर इंटरप्रेटिंग. दूसरा डॉक्टर पाटिल ने बात बताई है हाइड्रेशन. बिकॉज ये जो पल्स ऑक्सीमीटर है ये हमारी ऑक्सीजन हमारे ब्लड से डिटेक्ट करता है. अगर हमारा हाइड्रेशन अच्छा है, हाइड्रेशन अच्छा होने का मतलब क्या है कि हमारी बॉडी के अंदर खून की सप्लाई अच्छी है. अगर खून डिहाइड्रेशन है तो एक तो हमारा टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा और ब्लड सप्लाई लंग्स को, जहाँ से ऑक्सीजन कैच करती है बॉडी, वहां पे कम पहुंचेगा और हार्ट के अंदर भी हो सकता है थोड़ा स्लो हो जाए फ्लो, तो आपकी ऑक्सीजन फालतू लो आ सकती है. तो हाइड्रेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हाइड्रेशन का मतलब चाय कॉफी पीना नहीं है, क्योंकि वो तो डिहाइड्रेशन करती है, यूरिन ज्यादा कराती है आपको. तो आप हाइड्रेशन के लिए कोई भी ग्लूकॉन डी, एनर्जी ड्रिंक्स या दूध मट्ठा, ये आप दूध मट्ठा खांसी को बढ़ाता नहीं है, बड़ा मिथ है. आप बच्चे को ये सब देते रहें, या आप बड़े लोग हैं तो उनको ये सब पिलाते रहें, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके पिलाते रहें. अगर आप एक गिलास पूरा पिलाते हैं तो उनमें प्यूकिंग, उल्टी करने के चांस ज़्यादा हैं. अदरवाइज दे कैन ड्रिंक दैट. सो यू कैन गिव देम इन सिप्स, so they can consume more water, more hydration. And अगर आंखों पे puffiness आ गई, that means you have overhydrated to the patient. or otherwise you can continue with feeding. अगर वो कुछ खाना नहीं भी खा रहे हैं और थोड़ा थोड़ा पानी भी लेते रहेंगे, so it will help you to buy the time. In the meanwhile आपका जो प्लान भी है किसी हॉस्पिटल में कांटेक्ट करने का या किसी हॉस्पिटल की लिस्ट में नाम होने का, वो कारगर हो जाएगा. यस प्लीज डॉक्टर पाटिल.
Okay, that's absolutely right. I mean, बहुत सारे reasons होते हैं, lot of things that pulse oximetry का reading अच्छा नहीं हो सकता है. So do not panic, सबसे पहली बात है. और अगर बच्चों की बात है तो बच्चों की breathing की तरफ ध्यान देना बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा. Breathing pattern is very important because कभी-कभी pulse oximetry का गलत जैसा कहा है डॉक्टर रस्तोगी ने कि उसका रीडिंग कभी कभी गलत हो सकता है, लेकिन द ब्रीदिंग, अगर बच्चे का ब्रीदिंग अब नॉर्मल है, मतलब वो ज़्यादा फास्ट ब्रीथ कर रहा है या स्लो ब्रीथ कर रहा है, एक्टिविटी कम है, सो दैट इज़ व्हाट एक्चुअली शुड वरी यू मोर अलॉन्ग विद दैट. So do not panic. Make sure that everything else is normal, and then contact your doctor and do all the breathing exercises, hydration, prone positioning as we speak in the presentation ahead. Okay. So is that okay if I start with the presentation?
Yes, please. Yes, please. You can
Okay.
start.
So I'll just share my screen.
Anxiety and fear caused by an epidemic can often be so intense that otherwise an healthy individual
Yeah.
develop physical symptoms.
Um,
चिंता और डर आपके मन में एपिडेमिक्स के अंदर इतनी घबराहट पैदा कर देता है कि आपको नए नए सिम्टम्स होने लगते हैं। जैसे अभी कल ही एक लेडी आई, उनको लेफ्ट साइड पे बहुत चेस्ट पेन हो रहा था, उन्हें बहुत घबराहट हो रही थी, उन्हें कोरोना हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा। यू प्लीज समन पाटिल स्टार्ट।
Yes. Okay. So let us talk about COVID-19 in children and the road to recovery. Um, let's begin with general information. I think सबको मालूम है and everybody knows, but just go through the pediatric part of it. COVID-19, as you know, started in December 2019 in Wuhan, China, and had a very rapid spread throughout Europe, USA, UK, Asia, and then gradually started to come to us as well. In first wave, we started in mid-April and had around August, November weaning. And second wave is really, really rapid, which started in March. If you look at this chart on this side, there is WHO का डिक्लेरेशन था मार्च 2 को जब हुआ था ग्लोबल पैंडेमिक 11th को. उसके बाद there have been a lot of situations which are relevant to the pediatric patients, which are highlighted on this chart. About the first pediatric death and other things, and then something called as MIS-C or PIMS, which is seen or invented sort of in UK. And thereafter there have been a lot of waves of pediatric cases all across the world. So let's quickly grab a screenshot of current global scenario. Looks very grim for us. We are now currently second behind United States. This is today's screenshot. We are 2 crore cases just behind United States, 3.2. And if you look at the India per se, our death ratios are quite high. Maharashtra is leading, has got nearly 48 lakh cases. Death ratio is 1.49, and this is a significant thing to worry about. But at the same time, we need to look at the pediatric part of it. So pediatric में क्या हो रहा है? So does it differ in a way from pediatric from the adult? So essentially the incubation period remains the same, extends up to 14 days with a median time of 4 to 5, and they account around 1 to 2% of the total population affected with corona. And hardly 2 to 6% require management in the intensive care unit. This is the CDC data in October 2020. And main important presenting features or जो symptoms होते हैं वो है fever, cough, fatigue. Some children have breathlessness and runny nose. And the disease severity usually जो जिन्हें symptoms होते हैं उनमें mild to moderate predominantly होते हैं, which are around 81%, and then 14% would probably just require a bit of an oxygen, and hardly 5% of them sometimes will become critical. This is the global data. I'll just highlight our data from last pandemic, last wave that we had. So we did have around 597 total positive cases that we saw in our hospital fever OPD. Home isolation were given for nearly 450 and hospital admission 150. But let me clear that hospital admissions in this type of or this part of the pandemic was mainly because of the government advisory. Everybody should be admitted. So that does not mean all these 148 were requiring hospital admission. So if you look at these patients, 40% of them were asymptomatic and others were mildly symptomatic. Hardly 1% required any PICU admission, which required some oxygen. So this is actually a local data from here. And another thing I want to talk about, just so for what is the other presentation in children, is PIMS or MIS-C. PIMS means pediatric inflammatory multisystem syndrome, and MIS-C is the same thing, the multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children. And this is actually a more prominent syndrome that is being seen in pediatric population. after COVID exposure, not necessarily COVID infection, but some exposure, and usually between 4 to 6 weeks after the exposure, comes with a fever which is sort of does not have a clear cut underlying cause, but is going on for at least 3 to 5 days according to WHO criteria, and sometimes is associated with rashes, conjunctivitis, a lot of tummy ache, diarrhea, vomiting. And these patients many times will need hospitalization for definitive treatment, and there is a definitive treatment which will revert these changes. So be careful of these. And this is just a diagrammatic presentation of what different multi-system, that means सभी तरीके के organs को involve होना इसमें जरूरी होता है, और बहुत सारे organs involve होते हैं. Let us say COVID के बाद आप क्या करने वाले हैं? What are you going to do? How are you going to deal with this situation? So first and foremost, if you are diagnosed with COVID, you don't go home in a public transport. This is first and foremost thing. You should be going home in a private cab or your own car if possible, because you are going to expose others to the COVID infection. You are actively infective at the time. So make sure you have a separate room in the home, and you at least minimum 7 to 10 days का उसका isolation है. There should be no visitors, and make sure your room is well ventilated. First, again, once again, let me tell you, while you are waiting at home, you should not be panicking. You maintain good hydration, nutrition, regular breathing exercises, जो हम बाद में बात करेंगे. Then monitor your oxygen saturation. Same thing for pediatric patients, making sure that breathing pattern is normal. Unless your saturations are dropping below 92%, you don't need to be admitted in the hospital. Don't keep on coming out of the house while you are in the active phase of the disease for unnecessary frequent labs or CT scans, which are not going to add much into the treatment of your disease unless it is advised by your doctor. Another important thing is no fancy medications are proven to help while you're at home. Mostly the home remedies to keep yourself well hydrated, and your nutrition at the optimum is more important. So all fancy medications are not going to be helpful here. So don't panic, first and foremost. So what else do you do? Maintain social distance. Then don't share anything that you have, such as bed or your utensils, your glasses, mobile phones, towels, bedding. So this person needs to be separate along with his own things. You sanitize those with alcohol-based sanitizer or 1% sodium hypochlorite, which includes all the bathroom fixtures, light switches, toilet seats, everything that you are coming into contact with. And please do not violate any social distancing. So don't come into contact with anyone at that period. So maintain strict isolation, which is very important. Can be difficult for pediatric patients, but it can be done. And how it can be done, I will talk about that in the next few slides. Make sure you wash your hands. हाथ धोना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है. किसी भी चीज़ को आप टच करते हैं तो आपको हाथ धोना ज़रूरी है. खाने के बाद और खाने के पहले तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी रहेगा. आप खांसते हैं, सीखते हैं, तो उस वक्त आप बहुत बार मुंह को टच करते हैं. आपके हाथ धोना बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा. आपके कपड़े धोना ज़रूरी रहेगा गर्म पानी में हमेशा, और उसे सुखा के यूज़ किया कीजिए. और कपड़ों को धूप में सुखाए, एंड देन यू यूज़ देम. Mask is very important. Then how you put them across the ears. कान पे कैसा लगाना है. मास्क को बार बार मत छुइए. हमेशा हाथ धोइए पहले और बाद में मास्क के बाद. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है. So how to wear your mask is very important. What are your masks? So basically there are two types of masks in gross. There have been a lot of discussions about, and market में और WhatsApp में बहुत सारे लोग अलग अलग तरीके की बातें करते हैं. लेकिन basically there are two masks that you need to remember. One is a surgical mask and another one is a fabric mask. So surgical mask or N95 mask is usually needed for medical personnel who are looking after sick COVID patients, and anyone who is tested positive and is waiting for test result and is not in an isolation and he is outside in the public area. So he should be using that. Okay, prevent himself and the others. Fabric mask, preferably 3-layered mask hona chahiye, and this is one that everybody else should be using at all times whenever you are going out of the house. But if you are at home, you don't need to, unless you are going out and mixing up with somebody else, which is not advisable. But still, if you are going out, it is important. Now बच्चों के लिए क्या होना है? इट इज़ डेफिनेटिव दैट बिलो 2 years बच्चों में मास्क की ज़रूरी नहीं है, क्योंकि वो रख नहीं पाते हैं। दूसरी बात, उनके साइजेस में प्रॉब्लम आती है बहुत सारी बार। उनकी ब्रीदिंग की डिफिकल्टीज भी आते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर predominantly mouth breathers, so this can affect them, and it is not necessary to put them. If your child is compliant and you can manage to give a little smaller mask with a lot of designs and things that are available in the market, 2 to 5 years if possible you can use it. Above 5 years you must let your child wear mask when particularly you are going out in the community, or where they are going out to play, or obviously not play, but kind of in the open areas. So that is very important. And what are the do's and don'ts of mask? Very important. So the mask ideally should cover the mouth, nose and chin, must not have any gaps on the sides, and should not block the vision. So that's very important. Look at the diagram that you have. This is the correct way of wearing mask. So make sure the child can breathe comfortably in the mask while walking briskly or even talking. Wash hands with soap and water before putting the mask on and after removing it. Teach your children to continue washing their hands and keeping a distance from others when wearing a mask. So mask पहन लिया मतलब हो गया, ये बात नहीं है. You still have to maintain all other important things, which is washing hands and keeping safe distance. So and usually have a resealable bag to store masks when you are out. एक हमेशा बैग रखना जरूरी रहेगा. If in case something goes wrong with it, or you want to carry another extra mask with you. And don't share mask. Do not use masks during exercise or playing. Enough when there is enough space, and safe distance with others. Don't pull the mask below your nose. Don't leave your chin exposed. These are all different very wrong ways of putting up the mask. जो आप देख रहे हैं. So don't touch the mask while wearing it. Don't keep on touching it, and don't use a very loose hanging mask so that the air can get inside and there is no use of wearing mask. So, and don't wear a dirty, damaged or wet mask, or used mask. So that's very important. These are the do's and don'ts of mask, which is your most important primary weapon. While you are in the COVID isolation time, आपको सोना बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा. It does not mean that you get sort of away from everybody else, but you can communicate with others using your laptops, using your WhatsApp or videos, and but you don't need to get out of the room. Keep yourself busy with some things. Sleep well, very important. Then keep doing yogas if you can. Do something like you can play music, play cards, read, look after your little pot, flowers and other things, watch television. So keep yourself busy at this time. Importantly, whatever the biomedical waste that you would be having, like say masks, your tissues, everything, keep them in a yellow bag. And there has to be a biomedical waste management system which will take care of these biomedical waste, and which is very important, and every society and the house surrounding should have those. Very importantly, lifestyle changes, as we said, while you are suffering with COVID, you need to make sure that you eat good enough vegetables, fruits, and wash them very well before you cook them. Eat all balanced diet, and particularly home cooked food, fresh fruit after washing, and make sure your hydration is adequate. मतलब पानी पीना बहुत जरूरी रहेगा. Adequate पानी पीना बहुत जरूरी है. Then lot of Ayurvedic things that people are doing, drinking kadhas or haldi ka doodh, वो भी अच्छा रहेगा. Drink lot of fluids, very important. Coconut water, lemon juice, tea, coffee, as you prefer. But obviously no smoking and drinking. Vitamin C, vitamin D supplements, whatever for your child are going on as per your pediatrician's advice, you please continue with those. Zinc supplements, vitamin B12, and treat yourself or your child with symptoms. If there is fever, use paracetamol. There is nothing more that you need to use in particularly children apart from paracetamol. If there are any other symptoms, or if there is cough or cold, maybe a cough syrup or a nasal drop for opening the nasal blockage. Apart from that, you don't need any specific medicines, particularly for children. This is the one I was talking about, breathing exercises. So simply, teach your child and learn about smelling of a flower, how you take deep breathes in and out. Then teach them how to blow balloons. That also will help improve the lung capacity, because lungs are the primary ones which are affected in COVID. So make sure your lung hygiene is better. Your training, keep your lungs trained all the time. Give them gentle exercises with these breathing exercises. Inhale, deep inhalation, deep exhalation. If you have a spirometer at home, which will be very, very helpful. Children particularly like that, blowing those balls, and get those done with your kids. एंड पर स्लिप ब्रीदिंग, मतलब आप सीटी बजाते हैं वैसे आपकी मुंह की लिप्स को आप पर्स करके ब्रीदिंग करना चाहिए, विच विल हेल्प यू टू इम्प्रूव द लंग कैपेसिटी. प्राणायाम अगर आप करना जानते हैं, इट्स वेरी सिंपल. इट इज डीप ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस हेल्पिंग टू एनहांस योर लंग कैपेसिटी, oxygenation, at the same time keeping you away from developing any other respiratory illnesses. So gentle yoga, stretching exercises, pranayama is very, very essential during this period of isolation. And this is something about prone positioning. So look at this far right a picture here, the man who is lying on his tummy. So usually there is one pillow below the neck, and then one or two pillow below the chest, through the upper thigh here, and two pillow below the shin, so that you have a reasonable amount of prone positioning and your lungs are expanded at the maximum. But in situations like pregnancy, whenever you have any deep vein thrombosis or your major cardiac condition and you have unstable spine or femur or pelvic fractures, you are not supposed to do prone positioning. Obviously prone positioning 30 minutes to 2 hours में की जा सकती है. आप alternate कीजिए, side में prone हो सकते हैं, दोनों sides में भी कर सकते हैं. Then you have a position. So go through this stages. One, on one side, prone side to one side, then sitting up, then another side, and then again prone position. So 30 minutes is much better if you can tolerate 30 minutes. And so it is better not to do it for long. पर खाना खा के बहुत देर तक मत कीजिए. That will cause a lot of problems. And adjust yourself. You need to be comfortable doing this. Okay, it helps with lung ventilation, oxygenation. A very good method of keeping your oxygenation well at home. Okay, let's talk about kids now. Obviously Corona infection and COVID has changed the lifestyle, has changed the normal for everyone, and children obviously are not not new, and they are suffering more as compared to what we think. So what is happening with them? What is wrong? Basically there is a lot of change in their routine. So they have to keep physical distance from the family, friends, and the going around with meeting other kids. Then there is a lot of break in their continuity of learning. Obviously there is virtual learning environment. Technology is always an issue, particularly in India. Connectivity is an issue. So at the same time, how much time a child is going to spend in front of the laptop and the screen, that has its own problems as well. So that is also another issue that we need to look at for kids. Then there is break in continuity of healthcare. Obviously the visits are missed to the pediatrician, the immunization visits are missed, which is not an ideal scenario for them. Then obviously children who have special needs, the access to mental, speech, and occupational therapies and other therapies is again broken in here. There is missed significant life events are also something very important. किसी की शादी या किसी के घर जाना, birthday parties, ये भी miss हो रहा है. Grief of missing celebration is very prominent in kids, and that makes them very frustrated. किसी का बर्थडे भी वो मिस करते हैं, फ्रेंड्स के बर्थडेज मिस करते हैं. एंड ऑब्वियसली देयर इज लॉट ऑफ सेंस ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी and a feeling of unsafe, that my father or my mother will get COVID, और उन्हें अगर हो जाता है और उन्हें मेरे से दूर जाना पड़े तो मुझे अकेला कैसे रहूँगा, किसके साथ रहूँगी. ये सब चीज़ें बच्चों काफ़ी सोचते हैं, जो हमें बहुत सारी बार ध्यान में नहीं आता है, because they do have a very sensitive thinking pattern and we do not realize it. So we must keep that in mind. So how do you make these things a little bit easy for them? So there is a lot of emphasis given on postcards. So you can make some educational postcards कि जिसके ऊपर hand washing के बारे में लिखा हो, सिर्फ एक लाइन में या दो लाइन में, ज़्यादा पिक्चर्स लिखे हो, ब्रीदिंग कैसा करना है उसके बारे में लिखा हो, मास्क कैसे पहने हो. आप उनको लेके एक फैमिली ग्रुप एक्टिविटी बना सकते हैं, DIY कर सकते हैं मास्क मेकिंग का. सोप मेकिंग का DIY कर सकते हैं, बोर्ड गेम्स कर सकते हैं, चेस कैरम कार्ड्स खेल सकते हैं उनके साथ, थोड़ा सा इन्वॉल्व हो जाइए. दिस इज द टाइम टू स्पेंड विथ योर किड्स. It's a compulsory time. Door hangers is another very good idea, with simple messages written on those, and hang them by the handle of the doors, such as have you worn your mask? आपने मास्क पहना है क्या? आपने हाथ धोए हैं क्या? आपने ब्रीदिंग अच्छी तरह से कर रहे हैं क्या? So these are simple things. आप लिख के उनको इंटरेस्टिंग रख सकते हैं. So keep them active, reading, drawing, painting, whatever you can. Prepare some activity books that they will be involved with. Social media is very good. Sometimes video get-togethers with families. All of them can have a group call sessions of sing the song and other things. Group games can be done. There is lot of fun ways to teach breathing exercise. जैसा मैंने अभी डायग्राम्स पहले दिखाए थे, बलून ये करना, स्पायरोमेट्री यूज करना, और सीटी बजाने के लिए सिखाना, वो सब चीज़ें आप कर सकते हैं, विच आर काइंड ऑफ पार्ट ऑफ ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज इन अ डिफरेंट वे. स्टोरी टेलिंग बता सकते हैं हेल्थ एजुकेशन के लिए, कि मास्क कैसे पहने जाते हैं, क्यों पहने जाते हैं, अभी कोविड मतलब क्या होता है और इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है उसका. Or make sure the routine childhood immunization is done as per the schedule. So if it is possible and so there is no contraindication that you are not in active phase, make sure that your child has immunization done. Prioritize the flu and pneumococcal vaccine, which is very important. And I would like to mention this, please do not do this. Lot of parents, they feel that ओके अभी हमें कोरोना हो गया है, और मेरा बेटा और मेरे बेटी मेरे साथ थे, तो अभी हमें आइसोलेट होना है, तो मेरे बच्चे को मैं मेरे पेरेंट्स के पास भेज देता हूँ. रिमेंबर, दिस इज द हाईएस्ट रिस्क फॉर योर पेरेंट्स इन दिस सिनारियो. The old people are at the highest risk of getting infection from kids. So do not do this. Do not send your children to your parents. You can keep your kids with you during this time if there is nobody else to look after, and if your children are very young. So that's something that I would like to stress upon. Mothers and newborn, something very important. COVID mothers and उनके newborn babies, उसमें क्या changes होने चाहिए? There is no contraindication to breastfeeding. Remember, mothers can breastfeed their children during Corona. Make sure they wash their hands. Make sure there is a breast hygiene which is maintained, and breastfeeding can be continued. Babies can stay away for 6 feet, in a different bed. They should not be in mother's bed, same bed. As usual, newborn care should happen. Vaccination should be happening as routine. As I said just now, baby should be cared by mother, but not in the same bed. And sometimes baby do acquire COVID transplacentally, matlab directly at birth, but that's very rare. Although most of the COVID in babies is acquired after they are born, so that's completely different. But it is not very significant in little babies. इन जनरल आप कोविड में से निकल आए, आपने बहुत अच्छा किया, एंड यू आर आउट ऑफ कोविड नाउ. सो व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट यू नीड टू बी लुकिंग आफ्टर? Make sure you take adequate rest. You're not fully fit now. You're not fully fit to how you were before. So no strenuous physical work or exercises, cardiac exercises. Do not do them. Just do gentle yoga or minimal walking and minimal gentle exercises. Make sure you have a good nutritious diet. You monitor your oxygen levels regularly, and do not forget to take your universal safety precautions. As I said, avoiding crowded places, hand hygiene, wearing mask in public, because remember, your lungs have suffered from COVID and it has got its own problems, and the lungs are going to take a lot of time to recover, and they are very vulnerable to new infection. They are vulnerable to repeat infections. They are vulnerable to another episodes of breathing problems. Hypoxia, that means oxygen कम हो जाना, ये बहुत important है. It can cause a lot of problems with the vessels, मतलब blood pressure की problems आ सकती है. So make sure that you keep watch for other symptoms, like आप रिकवर होने के बाद अगर आपको बुखार आना चालू होता है, persistent कफ होता है, आप lethargic फील करते हैं, आपकी शुगर फ्लक्चुएट होती है, लो ब्लड प्रेशर, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर. बच्चों में यूजुअली ये सब चीज़ें नहीं होती है, लेकिन बच्चों में अगर ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम्स बढ़ने लगती है तो यू नीड टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. लुक फॉर फीवर, जैसा हमने कहा था, पिम्स नाम की जो अभी ज़्यादा कॉमन बीमारी हो रही है बच्चों में, उसके लिए आपको ध्यान रखना बहुत ज़रूरी रहेगा. Then other thing is you can keep yourself occupied, maintain your respiratory hygiene, use mask at all the time whenever you are going out, because you want to prevent new infection, you want to make sure that your lungs are not getting new infections. So play memory games and avoid crowded places once again, and use mask all the time. That's your after recovery. And now comes something very important, vaccination. Everybody wants to know and is needed to have a vaccination, but there are very few contraindications. Remember, children and those people under 18 years do not have a vaccination certification. I mean, they are not supposed to have vaccine because they are not tried on them. So these are the only contraindication age wise, below 18 years. And they have not been tried on children yet, so there are no vaccination for children yet. Okay. Those people who have serious drug allergic reactions or anaphylactic reactions to previous vaccines or any other medications, you need to let your physician or the person who is vaccinating know. You may not need to have vaccine at that time. Then if somebody is having active infection, COVID infection, and post recovery up to 6 to 8 weeks, you should avoid having vaccine. एनी अदर एक्यूट इलनेस, सब समझो आपको कुछ दूसरी बीमारी है, आप कुछ दूसरी बीमारी आपकी चल रही है, उस बीमारी में आपको हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन लग रहा है, उस वक्त भी आप अगर जाके वो वैक्सीनेशन करा के आना चाहते तो दैट्स रॉन्ग, दैट इज नॉट सपोज टू हैपन. देन पीपल विद ब्लीडिंग डिसऑर्डर और कोएगुलेशन प्रॉब्लम जिनकी है, उनके लिए अगेन इट्स अ कॉन्ट्राइंडिकेशन. These are Ministry of Health guidelines. So co-administration of other vaccines should not be done. ऑब्वियसली पीडियाट्रिक एज ग्रुप में वो तो आने वाला नहीं है, लेकिन आप अगर दूसरे कोई वैक्सीन लेते हो तो आपको एटलीस्ट 2 to 4 वीक्स का गैप और कोविड वैक्सीन में रखना जरूरी रहेगा. और जो हमारे पास 2 वैक्सीन है फिलहाल, तो दोनों को मिक्स करना इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल. Another important contraindication, which was previously put into the government of India's guideline, was about pregnancy and lactating mothers. But recently, FOGSI is the Federation of Obstetric and Gynecology Society of India. उन्होंने कहा है कि मदर और जो प्रेगनेंसी की जो हमारी सोसाइटी है इंडिया की, उन्होंने कहा है कि वैक्सीनेशन इन प्रेग्नेंट वेमेन एंड लैक्टेटिंग मदर्स कैन बी डन. बट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने अभी तक उसका फाइनलाइज गाइडलाइंस यस और नो में कहा नहीं है. उनके प्रीवियस गाइडलाइन में इसे ना कहा गया है. सो रिमेंबर दैट, नॉट देयर येट. We have these 2 vaccines, as everybody knows. I'm not going to go into details of that technicality, but हमारे पास फिलहाल 2 ही वैक्सीन्स हैं जो इमरजेंसी यूज के लिए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने अप्रूव किए हुए, इंडिया में यूज किए हुए. सो आप जल्दी से जल्दी आपका वैक्सीनेशन अपॉइंटमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन करा के आपको लेना जरूरी रहेगा. And please, once again, if we all come together, we are going to defeat this corona, and make sure that you wear your mask and keep safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Samant Patil, and you have given very nice presentation to our viewers. Thank you very much.
Okay.
You have given very nice messages to us. First of all, I would like to talk about the test. Like, our WhatsApp word is full of number of tests that we are advising to each other, yes, without knowing the importance of that test. Like, if somebody is hospitalized in a tertiary care level, and they are advising tests of D-dimer, IL-6 and serum ferritin, and then you are talking and you know these words, and then you go to the doctor, and sometimes you are getting these tests done and going to the doctor. So please don't chase these texts, don't go so ahead of these things. देखिए, जो मैं बताना चाह रहा हूँ, जो टेस्ट है ना, अगर किसी को हार्ट अटैक होने वाला है और आप उसके सारे टेस्ट हार्ट अटैक होने से पहले कराएंगे, तो वो नॉर्मल आएंगे, और जैसे ही हार्ट अटैक होगा, जैसी बॉडी डिकम्पनसेट होगी, तो सारे एंजाइम्स रिलीज हो जाएंगे, वो टेस्ट डिफरेंट हो जाएंगे. तो टेस्ट का इंटरप्रिटेशन बहुत आसान नहीं है, और जो रेंज दी हुई है वो कोई सुप्रीम कोर्ट की रेंज नहीं दी हुई है कि अप टू 550 to 500 ये नॉर्मल है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताऊं, एल्कलाइन फास्फेटेज अप टू 600 नॉर्मल मानते हैं बच्चों के अंदर, और जबकि उसकी रेंज लिखी होती है 230 300. बट यू कैन नॉट गो लाइक. अब ये सब चीजें तो डॉक्टर जानते हैं, ये आप नहीं जानते हैं. तो डोंट चेज रिपोर्ट्स, डोंट गो फॉर अननेसेसरी टेस्ट. जैसे डॉक्टर समंत ने बताया, अननेसेसरी सीटी स्कैन कराने ना जाए अंटिल अनलेस आपके डॉक्टर ने आपको एडवाइस नहीं किया है. अननेसेसरी टेस्ट ना कराएं जब तक कि आपके डॉक्टर ने आपको एडवाइस नहीं कराएं. एटलीस्ट आप घर से बाहर निकल के, अगर आप कोविड हो गया है तो आप इसको स्प्रेड तो ना करें. आप अपने जैसे 5 पेशेंट और कर देंगे अगर आप जाते हैं अननेसेसरी बाहर. जो एपिडेमिक हिस्टीरिया है, जो एंजाइटी है, आपकी एंजाइटी फियर है, वो आपकी बॉडी के अंदर ऐसे सिम्टम प्रोड्यूस कर देता है जिसे हमारी भाषा में, डॉक्टरी भाषा में सोमेटाइजेशन कहते हैं। जैसे चेस्ट पेन हो जाएगा, शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रेथ हो जाएगी, वो, एंड इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ द डिसीज इटसेल्फ और इट इज पार्ट ऑफ योर इमोशनल अपसेट। सो आप जितना घबराएंगे उतनी चीजों को ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड कर देंगे। और सपोज आपको कोविड हो ही गया और आपके लंग्स इन्वॉल्व हो गए, आप घबराएंगे, एक्सर्शन करेंगे, रोएंगे या तेज तेज सांस जबरदस्ती लेने लगेंगे, तो आपके लंग्स पे और लोड पड़ जाएगा। अगर आपका हार्ट कंप्रोमाइज है तो उस पर और लोड पड़ जाएगा और आप परेशान हो जाएंगे। अभी रिसेंटली 2 दिन पहले ही मेरे पास एक बच्चा आया जो, जिसको शॉर्टनेस ऑफ ब्रेथ हो रही थी। तो उसके पेरेंट्स सब क्वारंटाइन की बात कर रहे थे। अब वो खेलते खेलते उसे लगा कल को मुझे भी, ही वॉज ओनली 5 ईयर ओल्ड, कि मुझे कोरोना हो गया तो ये मुझे भी रूम में बंद कर देंगे 14 दिन के लिए। सो ही वॉज अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट मच, और उसको ब्रीदिंग ट्रबल डेवलप हो गई। और जब वो मेरे पास आया, मैंने पूछा उनको, तुमको क्या हो रहा है? तो ही सेड मुझे ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम हो रही है। मैंने उनको पूछा भाई ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है? कह रहा सांस में दिक्कत हो रही है। So, anxiety plays such a big role. Big role.
Yeah.
One day we will come with this also, COVID infection and the mental health. So please, please, please don't do unnecessary thing. Don't talk to non-technical persons. आपके सबके सबके साथ डॉक्टर्स हैं, ऑनलाइन कंसल्टेशन भी कर रहे हैं, कई क्लिनिक खुले भी हैं, और ऐसे वेबिनार्स भी हो रहे हैं जो डॉक्टर्स कर रहे हैं। तो आप इन्हें प्लीज ज्वाइन करिए और इससे अपनी नॉलेज को एनहांस करिए, रादर देन यू आर टॉकिंग टू योर फ्रेंड्स, तो जो कि जिनका जो वर्क स्फीयर है वो डिफरेंट है। आप लोगों ने ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर खरीदने शुरू कर दिए हैं, अब उसमें वो पूछते हैं कि 2 लीटर वाला लूं या 5 लीटर वाला लूं या 7 लीटर वाला लूं। when we talk of the oxygen administration, we read lot about oxygen therapy. It is not that आपका हीमोग्लोबिन भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, आपकी कार्डिक आउटपुट भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, आप किस मेथड से ले रहे हैं ऑक्सीजन वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है। और जब ऑक्सीजन, कितनी ऑक्सीजन देने से कितनी ऑक्सीजन आपकी बढ़ गई, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। और कहाँ जाके अगर मान लो आपको ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई बढ़ानी पड़ी, तो इसका मतलब डिसीज प्रोग्रेस कर रही है। और आपने उसी पेशेंट की ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई थोड़ी कम करनी शुरू कर दी, तो इसका मतलब डिसीज शांत हो रही है। उसका जो उसका जो हॉस्टाइल है
Severity.
वो थोड़ा सेटल, सीवियरिटी कम हो रही है। बट आप ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर खरीद रहे हैं, उसमें कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं, ये आप एक, फॉर द टाइम बिंग ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर रह सकते हैं आप 2 लीटर, 5 लीटर और 8 लीटर से बहुत फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। आप एक बेसिक ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर अगर लेना चाह रहे हैं तो आप अपने घर पे लेके रख सकते हैं, बट दैट इज ओनली फॉर द माइल्ड इलनेस। जैसा कि डॉक्टर समत ने बताया, 92 शुड बी द टारगेट, 92 93 एट रूम एयर। और अगर आपको ऑक्सीजन लगानी पड़ रही है तो भी 92 93 बना के रखिए। अगर आपकी ऑक्सीजन 85 80 करीब जाती है, तो सबसे पहले ये ऑक्सीजन, क्योंकि ये हमारी सारी बॉडी का फूड है, जहाँ पे सारी केमिकल रिएक्शन ऑक्सीजन के थ्रू होती है, जो मेटाबॉलिज्म में वो ऑक्सीजन के साथ होता है, तो वो हार्ट के अंदर कमजोरी पैदा कर सकती है और बाकी ऑर्गन्स के अंदर भी कमजोरी पैदा कर सकती है। तो आप इससे खुद अपने साथियों से डिस्कस ना करके सीधे अपने फैमिली फिजिशियन से या अपने डॉक्टर से टच में रहें। वो लोग व्हाट्सएप पे आजकल सभी एक्टिव हैं, और वो, आप लंबे लंबे मैसेजेस ना लिखें। अगर आप लंबे मैसेज लिखते हैं तो दूसरा आदमी उसको समझ भी नहीं पाता है। एंड आप शॉर्ट में टच में रहें, तो आपको, हम, हमारी पूरी कम्युनिटी हेल्प करना चाहती है, और ये पूरे देश की प्रॉब्लम है। हम सभी लोगों को हेल्प करके इससे बाहर निकालना चाहते हैं।
Absolutely.
डॉक्टर डॉक्टर समन, आपने
Yeah.
बताया कि कोविड हो गया तो 7 दिन तक, उसके बाद अगर आप हॉस्पिटल से छुट्टी होके भी आ गए या आपका कोविड सेटल भी हो गया, आपने 14 डेज का क्वारंटाइन कर लिया। अभी एक बड़ा सवाल ही उठता है कि अब मुझे तो कोविड हो गया, अब मुझे दोबारा तो होगा नहीं, ये मुझे मास्क लगाना या नहीं लगाना, इस बारे में थोड़ा आप हमारे व्यूअर्स को बताइए।
दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत सही क्वेश्चन है आपका कि यस, आपको कोविड हो गया इसका मतलब आप मास्क ना लगाएं और आप बाकी के प्रिकॉशंस ना लें, ये नहीं है। अगर आपने सोचा होगा, अभी आपने मेरे स्लाइड्स देखे रहेंगे तो उसमें भी मैंने कहा है कि पोस्ट कोविड में आप बहुत, आपके लंग्स बहुत वल्नरेबल है, आपके लंग्स को कोविड ने अटैक हुआ है, ये सिंपल बात नहीं है। और it has created a lot of problem, not only just the breathing issues but there are a lot of issues with covid, आपकी वेसल्स में, हार्ट में और बहुत सारी चीज़ों में अफेक्ट करता है। तो आपको प्रिकॉशन लेना ज़रूरी है। आप खुद मास्क लगा के ही हर जगह पे जाना है आपको। आपको क्राउडेड प्लेसेस में नहीं जाना है, आपको स्ट्रेनियस एक्सरसाइज नहीं करने हैं, आपको यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि स्मॉल प्लेसेस में जाके आप नए इन्फेक्शन ना ले, क्योंकि भले आपको उस वक्त कुछ दिनों के लिए नया कोविड इन्फेक्शन ना हो सके, जबकि आपके अंदर थोड़ी फार एंटीबॉडीज पर पैदा हो सकती है। कभी कभी ऐसा भी पाया गया है कि कुछ लोगों में एंटीबॉडीज पैदा नहीं होती है डिस्पाइट कोविड इन्फेक्शन, एंड दीज आर सम unknown cases where there is very high risk of new infections of covid, and it can happen. So you need to be careful. You can't just say कि मुझे covid हो गया है, now it's not going to happen and I'm free to go wherever I want and I can do. No, that's not the situation. Please bear in mind that you must take all universal precaution. You must make sure आपका respiratory hygiene होना चाहिए, मतलब आप फिर भी वही etiquettes यूज करेंगे जो आप पहले यूज कर रहे थे। जैसे कि आप खांसते हैं तो उस वक्त आप कवर करेंगे मास्क को, आपको साइड में जाएंगे, आप हैंड वॉश करेंगे, आप मास्क लगा के रहेंगे, 3 लेयर मास्क कॉटन के आप एटलीस्ट यूज करेंगे, एंड अवॉइड गोइंग इनटू क्राउडेड प्लेसेस एंड मीटिंग अदर इल पीपल। इट डज नॉट मीन आपको कोविड हो गया मतलब आपको अभी वापस कोविड नहीं होगा। यू डू हैव चांसेस and you have very very delicate lungs and they take lot of time to heal and come back to normality. Some of them take months together, 4 to 6 months. Some of them even has taken one year, and the changes in the lungs are quite significant for some of them. So be careful about it. Don't take it lightly. Absolutely, you can't behave any irresponsibly from there onwards.
Please follow your doctor's advice. And there is a 5 to 8% of the population is suffering from asthma or asthma type of illness.
Yeah.
They are more prone for serious illness, for breakdown also. So it is better to take your old medicine prescribed by your doctor. So we don't treat cough, we treat the disease.
Absolutely.
खांसी को कई बार तो हम दवाई भी नहीं लिखते हैं, बट अगर खांसी अस्थमा की वजह से है या कोई इसका स्ट्रॉन्ग रीजन है तो उसको ट्रीट करना बहुत जरूरी है। डॉक्टर समन, जब आप प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे थे तो मेरी नजर चैट बॉक्स में पड़ी, एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन आया जिसका आप जवाब देना चाहेंगे।
Okay.
एक माँ ने पूछा है कि 14 साल का मेरा बच्चा है जिसकी हाइट एडल्ट हाइट के बराबर हो गई है, तो उसका जो फैक्टर है वो एडल्ट डिसीज वाला होगा या चाइल्डहुड डिसीज वाला होगा?
14 years. स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ डिसीज जो है, जैसे बच्चे थोड़े बड़े होते हैं दे आर मूविंग टूवर्ड्स एडल्ट, बट इन जनरल एडल्ट्स में भी अगर आप देखेंगे तो यंगर पॉपुलेशन का जो डिसीज स्पेक्ट्रम है वो रीजनेबली कम सीवियर है एज कंपेयर टू ओल्डर पॉपुलेशन। एंड लेकिन इसमें एक बात ध्यान में रखना जरूरी है, आपको अगर अंडरलाइन डिसीज है कुछ, समझो आपको अस्थमा है, जैसा अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने बताया, आपको अस्थमा है, आप इंसुलिन पे हैं, या आप कुछ मेडिकेशंस ले रहे हैं फॉर सम रीजंस, फॉर इम्यूनो कॉम्प्रोमाइज सिचुएशंस में हैं आप, या आपको कुछ अंडरलाइन कार्डियक डिसीज है, ऐसे कुछ है, तो आप ज़्यादा रिस्क में रहेंगे। अगर क्लियरली बात करेंगे एज के बारे में, 14 ईयर ओल्ड एंड द बिगर चिल्ड्रन, 14 year old still falls in the pediatric age group. So the disease in 14-year-old still remains in a very minimal or mildly symptomatic phase. Although, as I said, the MIS or the PIMS is being seen in slightly adolescent or higher age group in children. So that is a possibility. So disease presentation in children of 14 years could be sometimes may resemble adults, but more likely it is supposed to stay like a pediatric patients without any major problems.
Wonderful. Deepman, we can take question answer, and you please ask question to Dr. Samant, or I will also answer if at all required.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Sumant, and thank you, Dr. Anuj Asrik, sir, putting the right kind of question. Many questions have been answered over here through your presentation and interaction. Now, there are a few questions which is coming in the Zoom and on the Facebook live section. So the first question is, can a person be infected again from COVID-19 after recovering from the virus in a span of 1 month?
Less likely, but as I said, there are chances if some of the patients have not developed antibodies to the disease, which is possible because of the genetic response, then they will be at risk of developing new infection. So you can't take it for granted, but you need to be careful, but you are much better off as compared to the ones who not had it.
Okay. Now, the second question is, I'm suffering from COVID-19 and my date of vaccination has come. should I get myself vaccinated while I'm suffering from the virus?
No, that's what I had mentioned in my presentation as well. If you are suffering from active disease, you're not supposed to take vaccination. And after COVID also, there is a recommendation that you should wait for 6 to 8 weeks for your vaccination.
And if at all it happens between the first dose and second dose,
Yes, so the second dose can be deferred for again. Take it as a
same thing.
for same thing for.
Okay, so there is a concerned mother want to protect the child who is only 2 years to increase the immunity.
Um, Honestly speaking, I don't believe in immunoboosters and the things that boost your immunity. But diet and nutrition itself has got a lot of role to enhance your immunity. As I said, making sure that your child is receiving all the supplements that he's supposed to have. Particularly for 2-year-old, a good diet will make a lot of difference. At the same time, supplements of multivitamins, particularly vitamin D, then zinc and vitamin C and vitamin B12, and making sure that you have a square diet, which includes a lot of fruits, proteins, then you have calcium, iron, and at the same time, fibrous content that will be helpful.
And a lot of hydration, as you mentioned.
Yes, of course.
To improve the immunity, you should take care of the flu vaccination and pneumococcal vaccination.
Yes.
I'm sure most of the children are not being given this flu vaccine. Now
Yeah.
we are having quadriflu, that is a step ahead of the trivalent flu vaccine. फ्लू वैक्सीन और न्यूमोकोकल वैक्सीन जरूर जरूर लगवा दें अगर आपके बच्चे के लंग कंप्रोमाइज हो गए या उसको अगर कोविड अटैक भी आता है तो उसके अंदर कोमॉर्बिडिटी न्यूमोकोकल निमोनिया से या फ्लू इन्फेक्शन से होती है। तो आपका बच्चा जो इम्यूनिटी हम बढ़ाने की बात कर रहे हैं, जो चीज हमारे हाथ में एटलीस्ट, क्योंकि अभी 2 साल के बच्चों पे वैक्सीनेशन कवर नहीं है, कनाडा के अंदर आज से 12 साल के बच्चों से ऊपर वैक्सीनेशन शुरू हुई है। मे बी इन टाइम टू कम जैसे रिसर्च अलाउ करेगी तो छोटे बच्चों में भी कोविड वैक्सीन लगने लगेगा। बट आज की तारीख में आप उनको जो वैक्सीन अवेलेबल है, प्लीज प्लीज उन्हें तो कंप्लीट कराइए आप, जिससे आपके बच्चे सेफ रहें। और अगर कई बार जैसे डॉक्टर के लिए भी बहुत आसान होता है, अगर बच्चा उसके पास दिखाने आता है, जब वो वैक्सीनेशन कार्ड देखता है और फीवर में बच्चा फंसा हुआ होता है, तो वो उसको पता होता है इसको टाइफाइड वैक्सीन हुआ हुआ है, इसको फ्लू वैक्सीन हुआ हुआ है, तो इस काइंड की इलनेस में ये प्रॉब्लम होने का चांस कम है क्योंकि ये ऑलरेडी वैक्सीनेटेड है। तो आप इस सीन में जब अब तक हमें इतना वाइज हो जाना चाहिए, जो लेसन हमने पिछले 1.5 साल में लिया है, तो बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे हाथ में नहीं है। और दिस इज नोन एज बटरफ्लाई इफेक्ट। आपका छोटा सा प्रयास आपको बहुत सारी परेशानियों से बचा देगा। अगर आप फ्लू वैक्सीन लेते हैं तो कम से कम रेस्पिरेटरी इलनेस में आपके डॉक्टर के लिए बड़ी कंफर्टेबल सिचुएशन हो जाएगी कि उसको एटलीस्ट फ्लू के बारे में नहीं सोचना होगा, क्योंकि आजकल लंग बहुत वाइट आउट करके आ रहे हैं, इवन कोविड टेस्ट नेगेटिव है और आप फिर आपको कॉकटेल दी जाए, ये दवाई दी जाए, वो दवाई दी जाए, बट एटलीस्ट अगर आपका फ्लू वैक्सीन है तो हम एक तरफ से तो बेफिक्र रहेंगे इसको फ्लू नहीं है।
Thank you, Dr. Anuj, for that. There is another question like there's a parent who tested positive, tested negative few days back, but within 4 days the report came positive. I think they have gone for the second report. So is it he's doubting the report, or should I like why there is a gap? Like few days back, only 3 days back I was negative.
Okay. Just to be clear, so do you mean the person already had COVID? He had recovered?
He had the symptom, tested negative, but after a couple of days, they did the retest and it came positive.
Right. Okay. In all scenarios, these situations are happening sometimes, depending upon the timing of the PCR test or the other test, and the technique of test being done, and who does it and how they do it. If it is negative at the first, but if it has come back positive, I would rather take the positive one as compared to the negative one, because it would be better to take the precaution thinking that it is positive. Because if you say that the first one was true and the last one was wrong, and then actually the last one was right and your first one was wrong, then you are actually carrying COVID with yourself, going out in the community, not looking after yourself, and exposing everybody else to the COVID. So I would take the positive. So positive is always important, and you should take positive as more important than compared to negative.
And as very rightly
Sir,
said by Dr. Patil, as very rightly said by Dr. Patil, it is the timing. देखिए आप डिसीज का जो फिजियोलॉजी है, जो अब उनके एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शंस हैं, जिसके आधार पे हम टेस्ट करते हैं, वो एवरीडे चेंज होते हैं.
Right.
तो what what that that person was trying to ask कि जो कौन सा टेस्ट इसमें सही था. तो आई विल से दोनों टेस्ट सही थे, क्योंकि फर्स्ट 3 days it may be normal and after 3 days it will be positive. तो आप
Sir,
अपने आप बताइए.
Dr. Anuj, there is an extension of this similar situation where they tested the mother tested positive and worried for the child who is younger one. So whether she should be doing the test for the baby as well?
Ideally speaking, they should they should go for a test for the baby, and otherwise they should keep baby with themselves.
Yes.
देखिए जो बीमारी में एक इंक्यूबेशन पीरियड होता है, जो कोविड का इंक्यूबेशन पीरियड है, वो अप टू 15 डेज है. जनरली फर्स्ट वीक के अंदर जब आपके अंदर वायरस एंटर करता है, तो विद इन फर्स्ट वीक डिसीज अपीयर होने लगती है, उसके सिम्टम्स आने लगते हैं. तो एनीवेज जब आपके अंदर सिम्टम्स आए हैं कोविड के, आपका बच्चा तो मतलब इट मींस यू आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम द कोविड फॉर एटलीस्ट 7 days. So your child is already exposed to it. So you can presume he is also having virus. Maybe he is asymptomatic. जैसा कि डॉक्टर सुमन ने बहुत अच्छे से हेडलाइन करके बताया कि उसके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के पास बच्चे को शिफ्ट मत करिए. वो ऑलरेडी उसके अंदर वो इफेक्ट है, चाहे वो मैनिफेस्ट नहीं कर रहा है. बिकॉज कोविड वाली जो जनरल जो हमारे छोटे बच्चे हैं, वो आसपास की हर चीज कैच करते हैं, उनको बहुत सारे रेस्पिरेटरी इलनेसेस होती रहती हैं. So maybe that is protecting them from the COVID manifestation. जो कि वो उतना शिद्दत से बाहर नहीं आया है, बट आप उसको अपने साथ ही रखिए. टेस्ट आइडियली होना चाहिए, बट टेस्ट भी 3rd day 4th day से पहले एंटीजन टेस्ट नहीं पॉजिटिव आएगा. आरटीपीसीआर करने में टाइम लगता है, वो भी 5th day 6th day ऑनवर्ड्स आप आरटीपीसीआर कराते हैं. तो इन सब चीज़ों की टाइमिंग्स हैं जो डॉक्टर आपके अच्छे से समझते हैं. तो आप अपने डॉक्टर पे छोड़ दीजिए, इसमें जजमेंटल नहीं हुई कौन सा टेस्ट सही है, कौन सा टेस्ट खराब हो. And
right, sir, and
it's very difficult to understand.
Thank you, sir. And there are a few situational questions like the mother is in the first trimester, so the vaccine to be avoided because this is a live vaccine.
करंट गाइडलाइंस जो है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के, उन्होंने अभी तक तो कहा है कि प्रेगनेंसी और लैक्टेटिंग मदर्स को अवॉइड करना है, लेकिन जो फॉक्सी है, फॉक्सी मतलब जो फेडरेशन ऑफ ऑब्स्टेट्रिक एंड गायनेकोलॉजी सोसाइटी ऑफ इंडिया जो है, उन्होंने कहा है कि वैक्सीनेशन इन प्रेग्नेंट विमेन एंड लैक्टेटिंग मदर्स कैन बी डन. बट ये अभी तक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के थ्रू नहीं आया. बाकी कंट्रीज में उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट किया है कि वैक्सीनेशन इन प्रेग्नेंट women and lactating mothers should be given.
Okay. And there are a lot of questions related to how can they increase the immunity of the children.
Yeah.
I think you have already covered, and these are the fundamental thing which we have to follow for every children. So there is a question which is saying if there is no symptom in children but parents are affected with COVID, so is it necessary to keep the child away for a particular time after they recover? The window period is 14 days. Can they mingle with the kids and other people after that?
इस क्वेश्चन को अगर हम ब्रेक करते हैं कि you had COVID, I mean the parents had COVID and the child did not have COVID. If the child is tested, he is negative and he is staying away from the parents and somebody else is looking after who is also negative, then after completion of 14 days of quarantine in parents, they can actually come out and meet the child. So that can happen. But if the child does not have, I mean, there is no situation or there is no facility to keep your child away from you at this situation and he is with you, then take the child with you and you can stay as a quarantine together for 14 days. So that's what I would suggest.
All right, so there are a lot of questions in the Q&A section. We will take the question which are not been answered or covered. So sir, this is one of the questions. What are the guidelines? But let us avoid certain thing which is not at the moment. We have been hearing a lot of CT chest or the scanning which is happening.
Mm-hmm.
how important is that? Because we are very much familiar with RT-PCR these days, very commonly been followed, a lot of terms we have learned now. But what is the exact role of the CT chest in children?
Okay. Let us take it very, very, okay. Now, CT scan of chest in COVID in adult and in pediatric patient. So adults में CT scan जो किया जाता है उसे disease की severity के बारे में बताया जाता है because of given the score. The score of up to 12 is considered as normal. Beyond 12 is gradually abnormal. Again, let us talk again of adult COVID here. Adult COVID may abhi bhi, now given the fact that people have one CT screening, if you have a disease and you don't have oxygen requirement and you are going through a normal phase and you don't have any other problems, you don't need to have repeat CT scans. There's no need to do that unless you have any problems, new problems in general. So for pediatric patients, having a CT scan is completely no-no. You don't need to have CT scan in children at all because the disease in children is very, very mild. Hardly 1 in 100 or maybe 1 in 200 children will have CT scan changes, which obviously will come to for in the form of abnormal breathing pattern, oxygen requirement. The children will be sick. So that is the only ones who would probably need to have a CT scan to follow up with their illnesses, but not as a routine for pediatric, which is the case in adults. So do not mix those two.
Any test is important if it helps us to modify the treatment.
Yes.
Any test. But if this test is not adding into any modification of the treatment, not helping into the treatment part, then there is no point in getting these tests. आप किसी भी बच्चे का वायरल निमोनिया में कॉफ में सीटी स्कैन कराएंगे तो ग्राउंड ग्लास अपीयरेंस खूब कॉमनली मिल जाती है
Yes.
and CT scan report will turn out to be typical pneumonia and suggestive of COVID infection, something like that. So, and we need not to see the progress of disease through CT scan.
Exactly.
There are certain situations when you are not clear about the diagnosis and you are not having RT-PCR positive and doctor is feeling it is COVID only, and then you need to go to the in COVID ward or COVID hospital, then CT scan become very important because the CT scan scoring at that moment of time is very important for the family or for the doctor to take care of that patient into the COVID hospital. Because there are certain medicine which are authorized in adult for the adult population for the COVID hospital. As we were talking of remdesivir injection that is given to the COVID hospital by the government. So it becomes very, very important. And there are three criteria: L1, L2, L3 hospital, COVID hospitals. So at certain point of time, it is important to have CT scan, but it is not that if a person has CT scan, I should also have CT scan. I have seen few people here, those who are getting daily CT scan done, they are going to a CT scan center and asking them, now let us see how much corona has advanced now. So this is not required, and this could be harmful also. And you can create more patient there at that center because we do not have so much of centers where you have two CT scan machine. One CT scan machine is doing for the COVID patient and one machine is doing for the non-COVID patient. And they are having common waiting area where that these patients are going from corridor into the CT scan chamber. So please don't do any unnecessary thing and trust your doctor. Please
Yes.
trust your doctor and let him take a call.
Just one more thing with whatever sir has said. Perfect, and answer to that. Whatever he had said is absolutely fine, correct. One more thing I want to is, yes, CT scan should be done, but the CT scan is also not without its own problems. It is exposure to lot of significant radiation, and this radiation in itself can harm the child, harm the other patients, and anybody for that matter. So exposure to radiation needs to be kept at minimum whenever required. So remember that thing also.
Thank you, Dr. Sam.
Sir, this is another question about the vaccination. If parents wants to make the vaccination of their children and they know a day's hospital and clinics are good spreader of virus, corona, which makes us uneasy to get the vaccination, then how we will contact to the doctors and how safe is that to step out to get us vaccinated?
Okay. And this is actually the question, and this is actually a fear which has kept a lot of children away from their routine vaccination during corona times. And believe me, as I said, I have shown you the numbers, I have shown you the global spread of the disease. The severity of COVID in pediatric is very, very minimal, is hardly any. But the other infectious diseases in pediatrics, such as pneumonia, such as flu, you are having anything, MMR and other things, measles, these could be far more dangerous in this situation than COVID in children. So it is important that the basic vaccination should be done for pediatric patients without any problems. Now the question arises whether you want to go to the clinic and other. Yes, I mean, you must take precautions. You must make sure that you are maintaining the universal precautions of hand hygiene. You'll be using the mask and cleaning yourself and personal hygiene at the time, and at the same time you are avoiding the crowding. So there could be facilities in where only 1 or 2 person can go with the child for vaccination. There should be a separate entrance and exit for the patient or the person, and you can avoid crowding there and take appointments in advance. Now many places that people have done this. Even I have done it in my clinic, that I give appointments with the spacing in between for at least 5 to 10 minutes between two patients if they are vaccinating, so they don't come and they wait at the waiting area out of the building. Once they are being done, then only 2 patients are allowed in the waiting area with spacing in between. So that precautions needs to be taken, but that does not mean you can't go out and take vaccination. It is far more important.
Dr. Suman, thank you so much for your input and for
There is one request from my
attendees.
side to all the parents. Please go to whenever you go to any clinic, go at least 1 person with one patient. There is no need of 3, 4, 5 persons together going with the patient. And this is not happening, unfortunately. Even today, if somebody is sitting at clinic, most of the doctors are not practicing, and if somebody is sitting, people are going like anything. They are going in a herd, 4, 5, 6. So there is no need of going so many person to the clinic. You can go with only 1 person can go and take care of. Or if you are 2 or 3, please stay outside the clinic. There is no point in creating crowded clinic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And for all the attendees and who are seeing us, following us in the social platform, we will be having one more session with Dr. Anuj Rastogi because there are a lot of questions related to vaccination based on the age, situation where we are. So we are going to have one very shortly. We will be all intimated. So most probably on the coming Thursday, we will be covering that. But today, we believe we have learned a lot of things, and which is going to be the road for recovery in the children, and for the adult also we could learn a lot of things. Dr. Anuj Rastogi, sir, thank you so much for bringing the right kind of question, which is going to impact, which could have been unanswered. So, Dr. Sumant, this is indeed a great learning from you for all of us, and I request all the attendees to do subscribe to the social channel so that you will not be missing out the important topic which we are bringing every Thursday with Cover Story cover page. And there are a lot of other benefit for all the children with the form of yoga, as Dr. Sumant also raised. We need to be very, very happy. And when we are in this phase of life, let the environment be very, very supportive, and we can create that. So let us work towards it. With this, I request Dr. Anuj Rastogi sir to take on this slide.
We have been using vaccination in some form for hundreds of years now. We have almost nothing in our modern medicine that we have been using that long. And it has been consistently protective, even though the older vaccines were much more dangerous than the vaccines we are using now. So please don't get confused with Covishield or Covaxin. Get it done. If your age is supportive for these vaccination, please do have this. And these lines are very well written by a famous author, Ula Bliss. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Saman Patil, for spending time for us. Thank you, Deepman, for giving us this opportunity. And thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you and take care. Thank you and take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.